subconscious. In your subconscious, you can. No, it's actually common. But no, you have to practice. You have to actually do it. Process. You actually look up on YouTube. You don't have to listen to actually well. Thinking about it as you're only using mind to think. That's why you're able to
Logical. White cheddar popcorn. No. No.
emotion, and now I'm exposed to subconscious. Because if you're just logic, what happens is you
You become bland.
know you become what these people are that don't know anything.
Yes. You become stuck on yourself. You become stuck in yourself and stuck in your ways. I am highly against reason dictating everything, which is why I am not such a big fan of the founding fathers. Okay, okay. So, hold on. Listen, listen. Most people will believe that the founding fathers were founding America on Christian principles, etc., which is the mainstream most majority of Americans. Okay, I would agree. Okay, so The point that I'm making is they were not. In fact, if you read Thomas Paine's book, The Age of Reason, or you read Quincy Adams,
Technically, they could
or
very well have been Christians because
no. They were as far as
Christians
they
were
all wrote letters denying God and denying Jesus.
and actually pro-slavery
No,
and
exactly. Yes, they were, but they were not Christians at all. In fact,
no, but I was just saying
in fact,
Christianity is pro-slavery and
their views on reason is what led them to believe that black people could not be human beings because they were a piece of property. Not all black people. You got to keep in mind that. Okay, so you got to distinguish something that's very very important about history when it comes to slave. Hold on. Let me finish. I'm eating popcorn. I got shit in my teeth. Hold on. So when you look back in history, the slaves that the Europeans bought were already slaves. Okay, so these were already pieces of property when they already purchased them from the Muslims or the other African warlords when they purchased them. There were as there were also free blacks in America that also, in fact, the first slave owner in America was a black man himself. There were 13% of the slave owners were African. There were colonies, one in South Carolina on the coast, one in Georgia. There were free blacks that were part of the Continental Congress, generals in the Revolutionary War, soldiers in the Revolutionary War, owned farms, owned land, were business owners, were inventors, were deans in universities, were teachers, professors in universities. Okay, this is not taught in school anymore. It used to be a long time ago, but it's not taught in school anymore. You got to actually go do your own research and go see there. Oh, there's paintings of black generals. There's stories of all these stories that are hidden. So because they don't want black people to. Okay, so it's a double-edged sword. So what they do in the education system to the blacks is to teach the blacks that they only come from slaves, or that they have they pretty much have no culture, no history. So it creates a victim mentality. When they get older, they're anti-system, anti-rebellious, more likely to get on drugs, more likely to sell drugs, more likely to get into crime and wind up in prison, which keeps the prison population going. So all all this fuckery is all tied together. All of this shit is all tied together. Like what which is crazy. Mm. Popcorn, so good. MC, would you care to interject? I think I pretty much put it. Would you care to interject? I pretty much think I put it as best as I could.
yeah, I
I'm
was unaware, or at least if I had been, I don't hadn't been aware of black slave owners being.
Yes, go
I
Google
knew
it.
that there were some black slave owners, but
That's the very first one. In fact, go
not to the
Google it.
extent I know that.
Google it. Yep.
I know that in Africa there were slave
There were
owners.
blacks here before the first slaves ever even arrived. Blacks are actually starting to realize that shit now. There was Phoenician ships that were they found wreckage of Phoenician ships in the Atlantic Ocean. And so there's Viking ships that have been over here. The Spanish were not the first people that came over here. You know what I'm saying? The Egyptians, they found Egyptian gold in the Grand Canyon. Google that shit, bro. So you know what I'm saying? Like white man was not all evil. There was a group of white supremacists that used the idea of and the ideology of evolution as their driving force in the belief of why lesser species deserve to be enslaved. In fact, it started in the 1500s under I forget the pope, but they took a group of blacks up to from Africa, some slaves that were being sold in the during the. This was before Europeans started actually buying the African slaves. Before then, there were Irish slaves. Anybody could be a slave. What happened in the 1500s is they took these Africans from Africa up to the Pope, and the Pope decreed from that point forward that only slaves for the labor slaves to that they would be used for labor would be coming from Africa, and there had to be these specific slaves. So that's when the social construct of race and racism was created in the 1500s. Prior to that, it never existed. Nobody cared about race. If they taught people this shit the motherfuckers wouldn't be looting their downtown businesses. They be at the fucking White House right now, ready to throw the Democrats and Republicans out of office. Go look at. I I want y'all to look into the real beliefs of the founding fathers, what they really really believed in. What's that? What's the dude that always does all the History Channel shows? That he's always on the History Channel. He does. I see him do Ancient Aliens. He's done a lot of. His voice is real good. His is my favorite. My favorite on the history of the founding fathers because he gives you real documented shit you can go look up and you can go read yourself. Yeah. Thomas Paine. Yeah. Google him. The real stories behind Thomas Paine. See, what happened was, MC, after the Revolutionary War, you got to keep in mind. Okay, so pre-Revolutionary War, about middle 1600s through 1700s, you had a lot of forms of slave revolts. The most famous might have been the British War on Piracy. You're familiar with that, MC, right?
British war on piracy.
Yes.
Somewhat. I have read a little about
And so y-
something that
and so you know most of the slaves were, yeah.
in history.
Uh-huh. Yeah, but they really paint a picture in the movies in Hollywood that pirates were like a bunch of drunks running around trying to steal women and steal gold and kill each other and chase after the fountain of youth. You know what I'm saying? Like stupid shit. Which makes sense if you're trying to brainwash people. Don't tell them real history. But the point,
Very close to Harry Potter.
I was trying to get some popcorn in my tooth,
You're getting
man.
further away from the microphone than you possibly believe.
But yeah, I'm sure you know that the
We'll play that then.
that the slaves, I mean the pirates were former slaves, majority of them. Irish, German, black, Italian, Polish, Armenian, fucking uh Asian, all escaped slaves trying to fight against colonialism. Which means, MC, that's a lot of Europeans against slavery, right? And then you look at the revivals. This is contrary to what what Sumo's been taught or what he thinks. Most of your revivals that happened in the 1700s in the church were anti-slavery. They pushed the population to go anti-slavery, and that was one of the driving cries to fight for a revolutionary war. Well,
I look at Europe as like pro-slavery.
okay, no, 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 no. They don't have pro-slavery statements unless you take that one verse and read it out of context. If you read the whole entire thing, you'll understand it's not talking about chattel slavery. It's talking about engendered servitude, and it sets rules for both the person that is the indentured servant or the person that is the servant master, right? It's yes, it says to obey your master, but it also tells the master to not harm and feed and take care of. And it's only 7 years. That's as long as you're allowed to have this person work for you. So if you read the entire chapter and go through the entire rules, and you'll and you do know, yes, I know what the verse says. So I've been quoted that verse a million times. I could read the entire chapter. Sumo. Chattel slavery is not ancient slavery. You do know that, right?
You should listen
You
to
know
me.
Joseph was a slave, right? And he rose to be a what? A
Male and
prince?
female slaves whom you may have, you may buy male and female slaves from among the nations that are around you. You may also buy from among the strangers with their clans that are with you. Okay? You may buy these slaves. You may
Oh,
take
I
them
can't get
in
this out of my
slavery.
tooth.
When a man strikes his slave with a rod and the slave dies under his hand, he shall be avenged. But if the slave survives a day or two, he is not to be avenged, for the slave is his money.
You know those were prisoners of war, right?
You know this is from your holy Bible, right?
Yeah, prisoners of war, not chattel slavery. And those were written by the Jews. If you go read Deuteronomy, there's a specific chapter where God condemns the buying or selling of any man. He even says that if you buy another Israelite, you're even condemned to hell. You can't even be forgiven for it. So there's a whole lot of crazy shit in the book of Deuteronomy. Uh, a whole lot of crazy shit written by those Jewish scribes. Ah, shit, I can't get this. I hate popcorn. This is why I don't eat popcorn. Shit. Fucking kernels, man. Ooh, so MC is taking forever to join the lobby. It's not that big of an update. Oh, he got his internet fixed, didn't he? What do they only give you so much data a month? Like a cell phone? Oh, oh, it's a hotspot.
You know, you could go into your subconscious and create your own internet.
What? That sumo's a fucking idiot. It's like, go subconscious and have your own internet.
And pretty much anything.
Okay.
I don't know how they did levitation.
How can you do levitation? Easy, anti-gravity technology. Certain elements. Look into, look into Bob Lazar.
No, there's no. I don't think there's anyone doing it right now.
MC knows who Bob Lazar is. It's not a secret, actually. It's not a secret. It's not a secret. Bob Lazar has been exposing it for 30 years. His cred. What? It's covered up because they don't want you to know. That's why they tried to destroy. Hold on, it's crazy because they tried to destroy him so badly, but when people did the investigation and went to go look back up and figure out, okay, first of all, let's just find out, did he really work at MIT? Did he really work at Los Alamos? Okay, let's go look at. Oh, there's a newspaper, with his name, scientists, such and such. Hold on, Sumo. Let's stay on track here. Right. So, no, Bob, this is fascinating. So, MC, Google Bob Lazar real quick, and you can tell him how fascinating he is, because this is up your alley. This is right up MC's alley. His mic is choppy. Yeah, it's messing up. He must be outside. This stuff with Bob Lazar is right up his alley, and I can't believe off the top of his head he didn't go, oh yeah, because I know he's into this shit. Yeah, but he loves aliens and UFOs. If I know one thing about that guy, that's one thing he loves.
It's good because he can't even talk shit right now. So, like we can just on about
He might be getting abducted. He might be getting abducted as we're speaking. You ever seen the movie The Fourth Kind? That's a good fucking movie, dude. We just differ on our opinion on what the aliens are. We both believe in aliens. Interdimensional beings.
people actually that knows being abducted.
Yeah, and they always gotta come out and talk about Jesus, don't they? It's crazy when these channelers and these abductees come back, and that's the first thing they talk about. The aliens talk about Jesus. Yes, go look into this shit. I've studied alien abductions for I've studied the alien abductions for 20 plus years. Yes, yes, go look at all the channelers. Jesus is actually revered. Not the Jesus like you think of biblical Jesus. It's more of the New Age. Like he's more of like a Buddha. If you think of Buddha, right? Without the godhood. Think of Jesus. Think of Jesus without the. Well, MC, if he wasn't away from his mic, he would be able to explain this to you because he knows way more about the New Age than I could ever. I know a lot about it, but I know he knows way more. Please, most of the fucking New Age movement is goth motherfuckers, dude. Are you kidding me? Half the motherfuckers I know, half the half 90% of the gothic people that I knew. It's not. What are you talking about? You don't even know. What are you talking wrong about? What alien abductions? You don't believe in them? They're not irreligious. The New Age movement's not religious at all. They don't believe in it. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in God. They believe man is God. They believe humans are God. Human consciousness is God itself. You have no. You you have no idea what the New Age movement is, do you? So yes, Jesus is highly revered in the New Age movement. He's just like Buddha is. They revere all the old teachers and wise people. Yes, they do. What are you talking about? The New Age movement, they call Jesus a guru. They just don't call him the Son of God. What are you talking about? That's the only difference between him and the Christians. They just don't call him the Son of God. They just call him a teacher. They yeah. I know a lot of people that were in the New Age movement. Well, Jesus definitely existed. What are you talking about? Yes, Jesus definitely existed. That's why they refer to him because he's a historical figure. They believe that he taught that man could be God, and that was it was misinterpreted by his disciples that he was the son of God when he was trying to say that everybody is Christ. Is that when he died, he was showing that everybody is Christ. That was his message. That's what they believe. Like I said, they believe man is God. That in the end, man, mankind, mankind, and human consciousness is the God. That's why they meditate and do yoga and do all that other stuff, because they're trying to get into their inner. Yeah, it's true. Go look at where yoga comes from. Yoga is a spiritual thing, bro. It's not an exercise. It comes from monks and shit. Like that's why they do this stuff. They're finding their inner spirit. They talk about the chakras and all that shit. So like no, when I say they believe in Jesus, they don't believe in the Christian Jesus. They're not saying he's the son of God and he died for sins. You got to believe in him and then you go to heaven. They don't believe there's a heaven. They don't believe there's a hell. They believe there's only existence and that humans are God. And that each human is one human. Each human is one. Basically, this consciousness is one consciousness, and each is like a simulation. Or each human. You're not really Sumo. I'm not really me. Eddie's not really Eddie. Nobody's really them. It's just a simulation of the eternal being of the God itself in millions and billions of experiences. Essentially. That's the New Age movement. That's why they do mushrooms and LSD and all that other stuff. It's the fastest. It's the fastest growing. It's actually the fastest. It's the fastest, most accepted. That's it's. Oh, you talk about in the left. Oh, this is what. Have you not watched Oprah Winfrey? Have you not watched Wendy Williams? Have you not watched Ellen DeGeneres? This is what they believe in. That's actually the Illuminati principle. That's why it's so fascinating that all these people believe in this shit and it's so prominent today in culture because the people that engineered society from the very beginning engineered it on those principles. That was the founding fathers. That was the shit that they believe in the New Age movement is the age of reason. The science dictates everything. Only logic, only reason. There is no spiritual. Everything is one. There's no meaning to anything. If you can't explain it with reason, then it's not fact. If you can't explain it with reason, well, that's what I'm saying. Well, but what I'm saying is they would totally disagree with what you believe in. Totally. You don't like. Well, it 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 doesn't matter if they're thinking about it logically or not. These people engineered the world the way it is today based on those principles, and that's why the world is fucked up and you see the shit that you see going on. It's on purpose. It's intentional. No. Go, bro, you really have no clue, do you? Have you ever read any of these books? Like you're so talking about. No, I said any of these books. Okay, so you're so talking about, oh, I just learned about consciousness, da 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 da. Well, go read Francis Bacon's book, The New Atlantis, or go study Rosicrucianism or Freemasonry or any of these occult beliefs and what their goals for society were, what they, even if you believe in that stuff, even if you might walk away and actually believe in what they believe in, to be honest, who knows? You might be like, oh yeah, they make sense. I hope not, because you'd be on the side of evil, but you never know. So you don't believe in evil. Oh, so now you don't believe in evil or good. Okay. No, evil is fucking evil, dude. What are you talking about? I don't care. You can try to sugarcoat it. You can try to sugarcoat it to make it look better all you want. You can make it look better all you want with your little sugar coat. It's just ignorance. No, that's fucking evil. Flat out, evil is flat. MC, would you agree? Evil is just flat fucking evil. It's not just ignorance. Now, somebody that committed the evil act can be ignorant as hell, but you know what? That's still evil. I don't care. No, it's evil because it's evil to do that act that they committed. So if they weren't ignorant, if they weren't ignorant and they did that act, then I guess they weren't evil then, huh? As long as you're not ignorant, an ignorant person, you that's it's a sugar-coating way of talking about ignorance, dude. Yeah, it's pretty much sugar-coating it, dude. In my opinion, by fucking saying I feel like he's sugarcoating it, but it's because it's taking away from the meaning of the word. It's it's who cares about the source? It's evil. I don't care about the source of it. It's evil. I don't care. I don't care about the source. They're evil. If you do something evil, you're evil. I don't care. Don't. I don't. I don't. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Don't. Nobody says anybody's possessed by Satan. Whenever in the scripture does it say you're possessed by Satan to do an evil act? It's a conscious choice to do an evil. Yes, people can be ignorant. That's it's called free will. You ever heard of that? Have you have you ever heard of a thing called free will? So then you don't think people are born to be a murderer then? So are you born to be a murderer or not? Uh, I mean, how does a murderer exist? How does a murderer exist on this planet without free will? Without free will. Fuck all that talking about bullshit down bouncing around the bushes. Does the motherfucker have free will or not? Did they have the free will to be ignorant? Did they have free will to be ignorant or not free will to be ignorant? Point blank, oh, they're ignorant. They're answer the fucking question. Okay. Point blank, period. Like I said, free will. Free will to be evil. Free will, like I said. Free will to be good. Free will to be evil. So, exactly. That's what I've been saying the whole time. Nah, I know what I said. What I said is you're not born. You're not born. You're not born to do anything. Each individual has their own choices in life to do right or wrong. So it is a free. It's a free will issue because they chose to be ignorant. Stop sugarcoating that shit. They chose to be ignorant. They chose to be ignorant. Yes. No, they chose to be ignorant too. Yeah. So somebody made you be ignorant and not learn right from wrong, or not learn that it's wrong to kill somebody or rape somebody or steal somebody. Well, all these people went to the same schools you and I went to. They all were taught the same values and morals we were all taught. They clearly chose that they wanted to say fuck that shit and do their own thing. No, how do you not understand? They enjoy it. People go watch Jeffrey Dahmer's interviews, and he enjoyed what he did. He says, I got a thrill out of doing what I did. He consciously chose that he knew what he was doing. You're trying to imply that the motherfucker doesn't understand what they're doing is wrong. They completely understand what they're doing is wrong. Completely fully understand what they're doing is an evil act and that it is harming somebody, it is hurting something, it is killing somebody, raping somebody. It is not a good thing to do. They know this shit. Stop trying to make some psychological bullshit ass excuse for why human beings do fucked up shit. They do fucked up shit because they choose to do fucked up shit, and they enjoy sometimes doing fucked up shit. People like to cheat on their wife because they like fucking a lot of pussy, plain and simple. Not because they didn't understand that their girlfriend is fucking sitting at home crying her fucking eyes out. Whatever. Whatever. That's why they sitting there motherfucker laughing at her while she crying. No, they don't understand. They completely understand. They don't care. It's only out for themselves. They, oh my god, you're making an excuse. You're making an excuse. You're making an excuse. Yes, it is an excuse. They completely understand right from wrong. You're not gonna convince me that some motherfucker does not know from what force they're what force. I didn't say anything is forcing them. You're the one saying something's forcing them. You're the one saying something's forcing them to do. I didn't say no forces. They chose. They chose. What force? Who? MC. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Where in anything did I say there was some outside source forcing these people? Shut the fuck up. Where in anything that I said did I say some outside source is forcing somebody to do something? I'm clearly making the argument opposite of that. Clearly, by saying you're not born into doing anything. You choose right from wrong. You're taught right from wrong, so you choose to do evil. God gave you free fucking will. There is no in between. You got the choice to do good. You get taught the good shit, and you also get a chance to look at the bad shit. And you get to choose. You get to choose because people want to do those things. Because they want to do those things. People maybe a few handful of people that mess up. Oh, I made a mistake. Didn't know. But a motherfucker that keeps doing the same fucking thing over and over fucking totally enjoys what the fuck they're doing. Okay, whatever, dude. Whatever. What exact? I never said it was given. You were created, and it's already in you from the moment you're created. So what the? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Whatever. Who cares what we differ on believing whether God created us or aliens created us? The bottom line, when you come out of your fucking mom's pussy, you're given fucking free will. The bottom line. Cause they fucking want to. Can they, maybe because you can't understand it because you don't like to do evil. So you can't understand it. You can't comprehend it. You don't get no thrill out of that, but some other motherfucker does. Okay, so then you're completely contradicting what Sumo's saying. Sumo's saying that they don't understand right from wrong. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Okay. So, hold on. If you understand good and you understand evil and you choose to do evil, how the fuck explain to me how are you not choosing to do evil? You'd have to probably ask every single individual for the reason why they did what they did. Maybe they got a thrill out of it. Maybe their dick got hard. I don't fucking know, but they chose to do that fucking thing because they enjoy to do it. Maybe there was a physical pleasure. Maybe it's a physical pleasure. Maybe it gets him off. Who fucking knows? Jeffrey Dahmer liked to rape little boys. He was getting a nut, wasn't he? So Jeffrey Dahmer didn't know that it was wrong to rape somebody. Exactly. According to Sumo's belief, we might as well not put people in jail. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Isn't it possible that because people that aren't that sick or that evil, and they choose not to be that way, that they can never even think or fathom to even be that way, that there's a lack of understanding to why people choose to do evil? Because and not only just a lack of understanding, but a sort of wanting to have an empathy and sort of feel like maybe it's not really, maybe not empathy, but more along the lines of, man, maybe there was something that we could have did to help this person never end down. And but Sumo's not doing that. Sumo's not putting the blame on the. No, he's not. No, he's not. He's taking the blame off of their shoulders by saying that if they had understanding and if they had knowledge, then they wouldn't have made that choice. That is what he is saying. That is just what I've just said 5 seconds ago. But only because they were ignorant. Had they had been taught something differently, maybe they. That's what Sumo's argument is that we can save everybody, we can save every person. Every human does not have it in them to be evil. I think that's what you believe, but that's not what Sumo was trying to say. Because that's what I've been saying for the last 30 fucking minutes. The same thing that you just now said. They completely understand what the hell that they're doing. He's been arguing against that for the last 30 minutes. Yes, he has. Or there's a lot of people that are putting kids in diamond mines and forcing them. Why do we always have to fucking point out evil religion? Why is that always got to be the source of only evil in the world? Because there's fucking atheists over there right now with kids in diamond mines, starving them to death but we always have to throw religion out there. Like religion's the only thing in the world. Like if we took religion out of the world, people wouldn't kill people. Okay. Yes. Yes. Do you call it a flaw or is it just a choice? Albert Pike said in his book that the reason why they do what they do is because hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. He said the reason why they do what they do is because the cattle don't run the farm essentially. Not now that's not a direct quote, but that's essentially what he was saying in his whole chapter was the mass the butcher is the one that's in charge. So we have a right to take the sheep and bleed the sheep into slaughter if we want to, or take the sheep and tend to the sheep if we want to, because we are the shepherd and they are the sheep. We if you view the if you're the ruling class and you view those lesser than you in that viewpoint, then yes, you are completely justifying all of your evil acts. In your mind, you're not evil. That's the argument they make themselves. That's the very argument. If you read any one of their books, from H.P. Blavatsky to Aleister Crowley to even you want to read Mon Kip from fucking Adolf Hitler. I know they turned on him in the end, but read Winston Churchill. Right, Churchill, he was a racist, nasty motherfucker. Read his writings. Like these motherfuckers they believe what they're doing is right for human species itself. No, listen. Hold on. They control the science. They control the philosophy. Sumo, shut the fuck up. Sumo, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up for 5 seconds. Stop. You keep trying to throw these stupid words out that demean people. Yes, they are. We're talking about people with billions of dollars that orchestrated the very civilization you live in and built it. They built and created the very universities you go study it. So if they're pushing the teachings, then you've learned ignorant shit in school. So get off this fucking ignorant bullshit. That's not what we're staying on. That's not what the fuck the. That's not what we're talking about. I'm not even on that issue no more. We're not even on that issue anymore. That issue was 15 fucking minutes ago. Me and MC are having a completely different conversation, and you just fucking come into the mic out of nowhere like you always fucking do, because you fucking think you're all this and fuck. I'm not. I wasn't even fucking talking to you. First of all, I was talking to MC. I wasn't even talking to you. I was talking to M fucking C. Well, I don't want to hear your stupidity. I don't want to hear it right now. I don't want to hear it. I'm talking to a whole other fucking person. That's your fucking problem. You think you run everything. You think somehow you just, oh, I can just interject myself. I wasn't even yelling 5 seconds ago. I was having a whole fucking conversation. That's why I'm pissed the fuck off. How can I have a conversation off when I'm having a conversation with somebody else and you interject yourself when you're not even part of the conversation? You're not even part of the conversation. Oh my god, I'm muting you. I'm not even ready to fucking deal with your stupid ass. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck, bitch. I don't give a fuck, bitch. You can suck my dick. Fuck that stupid motherfucker. Fucking retard. Wasn't even fucking talking to his stupid ass. Just gotta always come back in here and get the last word, and you wouldn't even fucking hear at the mic for 15 minutes. It doesn't matter. They still choose to do it. That all that does is try to justify what they're doing. Just say they're fucking evil. Oh, they're ignorant. They could have possibly been saved. No, they don't want to be saved. They fucking know what the right. They study the human mind. They know how the human brain works. Ignorant is a word for stupid. When you say ignorant, that means stupid. So when you imply that a person is ignorant, when you imply that the evil people are ignorant, you're implying that they're just a bunch of dumbass idiots. When they're not dumbass idiots, they run the world. Okay, yeah, they're dumbass idiots that control every fucking resource on the entire planet and have built the very civilization you in. Yeah, they're all dummies. They built this. Francis Bacon is the founder of modern science. Are you kidding me? No, no, they controlled the corporations. The East India Dutch trade. Are you kidding me? East India Dutch trade and all these corporations were evil corporations. All evil corporations. They built this civilization. Ain't no producers. They were producers. So as long as you're producing, okay. So I'm evil, but I invented the railroad and put money into putting a railroad for all across the planet. So that makes me a producer, right? So I can kill all the Indians, right? Because I produced, right? MC, I produced. I produced railroad system where now people can go back and forth across the continent in a faster time, which is going to lead to the Industrial Revolution and modern medicine. I mean, that's how the Western world was built, was the railroad. And from that we get modern civilization. But a whole lot of Indians died in the process, but they certainly produced. Oh my god. Yeah, I heard you. I'm dead. I killed 2 of them. Nobody helped me.
We need to. 400 meters away. I don't know if I can make it.
I'm only in Frenzy Farms.
60 seconds to run 300 meters. I don't know if I can do that. Where else is the would like to get kills.
So, I guess MC, if you produce, you can do evil. Because you basically you just said producers produce, which and only takers take. But the takers are and the robbers and thieves don't have no money, so you can't say that there's only producers and takers because a lot of evil people produce. I mean, what's the dude the whatchamacallit dude that was a pedophile and was you know he was a founder of one of the best clothing lines in the world. You know, he produced. He produced though. But you said there's only producers and takers. Oh. So you can't boil it down to saying that there's only producers and takers. No, you can't say that because somebody can invent something and murder 60 people. So you're saying the people that invent just don't have the capacity to murder? But they produce. You see how the language just it doesn't work. If you're gonna say there's only producers, if you're gonna say that there's only producers and there's only takers, and that's the defining of evil and good. The producers are the good guys, and the takers are the bad guys. So then, how does a bad guy have the capacity to create technology, or IBM, for example, and it was used for evil, right? It led to computers for the first computer. Okay, so but he produced computers. You know, we were able to take his computers and use them against him. Yeah, but he produced computers. Yeah, without him, I mean, Benjamin Franklin discovered electricity by taking a black guy out and tying a kite to him on a piece of metal to the kite and getting him struck by lightning, and he produced. Right, he was an inventor. Right, that was pretty fucked up what he did. Right, tell this little slave to go out there and get struck by lightning. It's a true story, by the way. Oh, he did a lot of things. You should look at this History Channel documentary they did on him. How they talked about that when they found his London home. Thomas Edison, the what he did, he stole the black guys, the black kid that created the thing for the current to go into, and he took all the credit and didn't give the kid credit. Yeah, I know. I'm pretty sure you're talking about that. It's fucked up. A lot of fucked up history in this country. Yeah. Plantation owners produced crops for and textiles, but they owned slaves to do it. But they produced. when you say production, I mean producing to society. You know, anybody can produce to society, but that doesn't define you as a good person just because you created something that's gonna benefit people. Because you could turn around and still be killing people and cheating on your wife and beating your wife. Oh shit. Oh shit. It's doing one inside. Damn. Oh, that guy just got like, full sniper. There's whatchamacallit's coming at y'all too. I hear him. Somebody got a shotgun. Yeah. Hey, did y'all know they're bringing cars to Fortnite? Oh, he's at top row. Other building that uses one. That guy got destroyed. Man. Maybe he's shooting underneath it. No bullet lag, right? Ooh, nasty. MC needs a med. I'll hit MC with that too. Oh, MC about to die. MC dead. Oh shit, hurry up, MC. Oh! Somewhere you're gonna start losing 2 at a time soon. You guys are screwed, dude. They got it barely, dude. Holy cow, that was so close. You don't make it some more, you might make it. Oh, MC's not making it, dude. He's losing 2 at a time. MC, pull your gun away. Oh, yeah, run with your axes. Yeah, I know, I've been using it a lot in Team Rumble. It's not that I disagree with you per se, disagree with either of you per se. It's more of along the lines of if I'm discussing this with people, I can't go about it, you know, just describing these people as just stupid, moronic idiots that run around the world, because I mean they're not. These people are scientists. They might be ignorant. They might be in our opinion stupid and ignorant and on the wrong side of the fence. But if we were to put those two things, right and wrong, to the side and just look at from an ideological perspective, they in their mind they don't think they're ignorant. They don't think that they're stupid. They wouldn't describe themselves that way, and they believe that they're right. And so that's the issue. But if we take you guys' approach, if you get what. But if we take you guys' approach, then we're never going to address these people. We're never going to address this situation. It's just going to keep going. It's going to. Oh, because we just excuse it away. Like we don't look at it as it. We don't look at it as most people don't look at it as an, oh, this is what these people actually believe. They look at it as an, oh, these people went to Harvard and Yale, but they're just somehow moronically stupid. No, that's just an ideology. That's what they believe. They're completely wrong in what they believe. It's evil and it's not justified and it's ignorant as fuck. But on their side of the fence, they believe that they're in the right and they have the right to rule. Yeah, that's another issue, is they. And it's been that way for thousands of years, and it's not going to change until people really actually rise the fuck up and stop fighting over race. Exactly, and stop fighting over race. Stop fighting over the shit that they orchestrate, because they want us to keep it. If you just pay attention to the news, it's completely designed to get people stirred the fuck up and go out and flip out and start hunting white people down, hunting black people down, and all the crazy shit you see happening now is designed to stir that up and bring the racists out and bring the crazies out, the ignorant people out. You get what I'm saying? Well, because it's just so evil, because it's done on purpose. It's definitely intent. Probably compartmentalized, yes, I agree. Alright, they're in the system, not trying to fight against it. Instead, just join it, become subservient to it. Yeah, because they're out for self and self-interest and they look at it like, well, if we fight against the system, then we don't have that's a threat. They look at it as if it's a threat to their survival. It would be to fight against the system because the system is what feeds them and basically takes care of them, right? It's where they get their it's where their source of income, their source of celebrity themselves. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying, Sumo? It's I agree with you. Yeah, I only have a freaking tack. Yes. 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 To wake the sheeple. Yes. 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 Because the sheeple are human too. Like we're all human in this fight together. And only together will we ever truly be free. We'll never be able to accomplish true freedom unless we care about the sheeple. I mean, yes, we're safe because we're not gonna ever, we know what the hell's going on. We know what to look out for. We have a pretty, even if you know what I'm saying, we're pretty intelligent. We may disagree on certain belief patterns or on maybe like, obviously, when it comes to the Bible, but for the most part, we kind of agree on everything else. It's just the source of the matter. Would you agree, MC? Like for the most part, we agree on everything philosophically, except for the source. We just agree on the source of where humans come from. That's what we disagree on. But the average person is not like us. They don't even think about this shit. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm having a conversation with them, it's got to be truly detailed. It's got to be it's got to be well thought. I can't just be like, yeah, there's a bunch of stupid, ignorant, dumb people running around killing people. You know? Cause to me, this shit's serious. It is serious. Cause I'm part of a family. Like if you believe that we, I'm coming. I hit him 32 twice at the top. First guy. Oh, here. I gotta try to go get this guy. Where's his body at? I gotta go get our teammate. Why did he go all the way over there? Yeah, you actually hit that on the nail, Sumo. You got that about. You got that pretty right. What you say? Oh, I see. There's a team over here. There's only one of them. Alright, there's only one. What the fuck? Man, you should have picked one of those carries, ones you can carry. Huh. That's funny. Wait till we get cars. You gotta come get me. Come get me up on the top of it. I need to ride. What are you doing? You're leaving me. Oh my god. not letting me give it. Button. It's all just. Oh, I got you a present, Sumo, whenever we land. Yep. Going to the zone. Too late. How did we win? Did they die in the star? How many teams were left? I didn't even know. think the updates did good for both games. Apex has been smooth too. They just have a separate agenda. Some people can have a separate agenda. No, they have a belief system. They have a belief system. They believe in what they're doing. I killed him. Nah, they killed you. I killed both of them with that hunting rifle, dude. Yeah, it's pretty crazy to change this shit. But, the, campfire. Yes. Yes, if you stand on the outside of it. Apples all over it. Mecha Godzilla. She was hot. Oh. I thought you were talking about Halle Berry Storm from X-Men. Halle Berry. The Halle Berry version, or... Listen, Halle Berry is the hottest Storm. Although the new girl, the new girl that plays Storm is pretty hot too, though. The new girl, you don't know you ain't seen the new X-Men? Halle Berry. Sumo, watch this. See Sumo, see? I'm taking the water, dude. The water. There's a boat. There's a boat. Y'all coming? Are y'all coming? Yeah, I just dropped one. I just dropped one. Gotcha. Well, I gotta heal my guy up. We gotta heal this guy. Fucking Storm, I gotta go, Storm. I don't have no health. Shit, fuck. I can't sumo. I'm in the storm, I can't. I don't even know where you are, dude. We were fighting a whole different team from you. I know we had to heal our guy up. Can't, dude. I don't have no health, dude. You see how much health I have? No, it wasn't. I'm all far away from you, dude. little bit of health, bro. I hit him with the first. I hit him with one. Should have switched to the other gun. Yeah. Fuck, man. We couldn't. I had the team chasing me. Fucking didn't have no jump pad or nothing. Oh, you got the balloon was on today? I'm surprised. That's funny. I haven't seen it either. Bro, this game is so different now. They changed a lot of stuff. Eduardo. Hello, Mr. Llama. Mr. Llama, how you doing? the lime in the coconut. Did you put the lime in the coconut first? These I have. I don't know what this little jar is that I have. Oh, I can't wait to use it. Yeah, he goes road the chopper. He's right here. Oh, he quit, dude, so we can't get his card. Oh, I see what those are. They like fire. Oh, okay, you catch people on fire or something. No, it's a jar or something. That right here. That's what it's called, a firefly jar. That marker guy. Nah, I was talking about the jar, dude. It catches stuff on fire. Yes, you will too if you throw it on yourself, and it will catch the enemy on fire. I did not. That's pretty cool. I don't have no room for it though. Did you catch MC on fire? Bro, we could have brought that guy in. I don't know why he quit. Stupid. I was about to grab it. I went in to grab it and he quit. Yeah. Another chopper. Let's see, he's in a chopper. Wow. Oh no 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 no! This thing's about to blow up! Get away from me! No 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 no! Get away from me! I'm going zone. Get away from me! They got five health. Get away! Get away! Oh my God. Wow. Die, I'm dead. That one has a rocket launcher if we can kill them. Oh no, there's a bunch of decoys. Oh my god, dude. There's like 5 decoys out here. Jesus Christ. No, there's another guy. There's a Captain America dude. Yeah, there's a Captain America dude. He threw decoys at us. Yeah, I was about to shotgun the fuck out of that bitch. Nah, the other dude came at me. Yeah, I started getting decoys thrown at me. I would have stayed on his box and I not get shot on my back. Oh, it's a whole nother team. Those fucking AIs, bro. If I didn't have to stop and fucking heal and all that shit because of a stupid fucking AI. You're gonna waste all, you're gonna use all of them. See, shield up, shield up. Oh, he's on your head. Bro, the AI is... What can you do with the AI shoots a rocket at you, dude? Dude, if we could have got that rocket launcher though, that would have been nice. That would have been sweet. That's the only good thing about it. We had a team sniping at us from behind too. It was a bad spot. If you wouldn't crash in the chopper all over the place and have the chopper at 5 health, we would have stayed in the chopper. I jumped in. Oh, almost burnt myself. Almost burnt myself. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh. Almost burnt myself. Oh shit. Wow, what the fuck are you talking about? Slavery's been existing in human history, all human history, dude. What the fuck are you talking about? Enslaved Africa? Are you retarded or something? Dude, have you never read a history book? European colonialists that didn't have nothing to do with fucking Christians bought slaves from Muslim fucking slave traders. They were already enslaved for 500, 600 years by the Muslims. They didn't go in there and snatch people with fishing nets. I don't know what the fuck you think happened. Well, you better read a history book, dude. Islam invaded the fuck out of North Africa long before the Europeans ever came around, buddy. Just, sorry to bust your bubble, but the white man is not the evil whitey like you think he is. Because that's the ideology they teach. And he believes in that shit. I hope not. I would hope. Here, in case you do, here's a cucumber for you. Or, no, it's a corn. There's a corn for you. Bro, but seriously, I don't know what they teach these motherfuckers today, but people really have no idea. No, people in general. People are stupid. No, the university professors are the idiots because they're the ones teaching the bullshit. Get them, steal my ammo, you son of a bitch. I need an AR. I need an AR. Caught me on fire. It's just sticking up your ass. Damn it. Goddamn stupid bitch. Damn it, I need 16 brick. Fuck. Yes. Somebody's using a campfire. Don't, there's a guy over here using a campfire. See the smoke? Oh, never mind, it's a geyser. Thought it was a campfire smoke. There's a team on us. Oh, told you. You're gonna die because Sumo's trolling. We're getting shot. We're getting shot. Why can't I build? Oh my god, I got caught on fire. Nobody's fucking shooting at him. I'll get fucking thrown with fucking fireballs and everything at me. You're trolling.
I was the last one to die.
You're troll. Yeah. Just because we took us so long to get out of the building. By the time I got out there, that because you were building walls in front of people standing in doorways.
Only you.
Yeah, but coincidentally, everybody was standing there watching you.
I'm an entertainer.
Okay.
I like to entertain.
Sumo did not want to win that game.
Your girlfriend. Oh yeah, what did you do to her? Oh, you guys are still together. So what you do?
I don't care. Because it ain't as nice as the one I'm playing with yours. Who? Yours was last night. Yeah. Wow, what did he kill me with? What? That's bullshit. There's two in my house, dude. You can literally catch somebody on fire and it kills them with one throw. I'm about to get off this game, dude. It's stupid. How the man, that's fucking stupid, dude. Those fucking fire things are stupid, dude. Should not have died. They didn't even have guns. The walls can't. So the wall doesn't even block it. It explodes and it looks crazy, dude. So now I know if you just throw it on at the wall that you build, it'll just kill them. Fucking stupid, dude. MC probably listens to that South African rap group, Diane Wood. No, Sumo probably listens to Diane Wood. I called it.
I must say, and he can attest to it, I will love it.
Agreed.
There was one Diane just made a claim that like South African Diane. Yes.
I don't like them. That's all I know. They were in a movie. They were in a movie called Chappie. It's a good movie. Yeah, Chappie's a good movie. No way. No way. Wow. Wow. Say you got him fucked up. Better say your girlfriend's haircut. Yeah, but what if he's on speaker?
I'm sure his girlfriend would be on the No, we're saying building. Right now. Or is she gonna have Lasered. So you chose not to play the game, you just copied everything. So that's fine.
Where's MC?
That's fine.
That guy just got wrecked. Oh my god, bro, there's too many. Can we play the next game? I don't know where you went. Where is he going? What is he doing? What is MC doing? Does MC not know that the storm's coming? Does MC not knowing he's running into the storm? Does he? Where is he? Can you? Is he gonna shot in his ass? Ooh. Left. There's the team that killed me. Thought they're gonna come chop now. Oh no. Oh yeah. Probably Pringles. Hopefully the team on the left doesn't see him. Right in front of you. Right in front of him.
He is dead in the center of the safe zone with 15 other players remaining. He has not caught much fire, actually. Navigated his way all the way. Infantrymen never see in combat with no helmet of any kind. He's actually wearing a turtleneck. Hit C, trying to get to the chest. To see if he can finally get shields or maybe get a lucky.
Or they all die in the storm. They're right in front of him. They're right in front of him. To your right. To your right. To your right too. Running in the trees. Right across from you. You gotta go. You gotta go in front. You gotta go. You're gonna take storm damage. Oh shit. And he doesn't build.
If I were playing the game, I would love to take over MC's turtleneck soldier and shoot
Oh, he's so fucked. He got second place. Yes. FedEx, bro. Overnight. Remember when you used to hide in bushes on AA? True Soldiers. You running up on a bush and you know, you see a little gun sticking out. Like, what is it? You'd be laying just prone. Kill a lot of people. We're in trouble, guys. Wow, nobody told me where he was. Wow, I didn't know if he was left, right, where the fuck he was. Could have said to your right.
There was no gun in the attic, dude. Fuck that.
I don't like that shotgun. That thing kills you in one shot.
Xbox 360, boy.
Bad idea to go to Salty Springs.
She is biracial. American and half Rican. And what part of that are you getting Italian? No, the perfect woman is half black and half white. I'm perfect. Guys, anybody else feel that way?
I left the lobby. I ain't watching him.
From another country.
I said I left the lobby. I ain't watching that guy. Lot of protests. Crazy today.
you, they could probably do whatever, like, not even, they could do, they could have dog living room.
Them.
As far as they could physically abuse. They could do any number of things that would be acceptable. You like the dog farm?
They tore down the Columbus statue in Baltimore and threw it in the harbor. That's crazy. Yep, they threw it in the harbor.
What's wrong with be a bad guy?
He was a slave trader. He was a slave trader. That too. Among many things he was.
I mean, weren't all the ancient
No. No. Well, it wasn't that long ago. Not all of them were that like that, but there was a lot.
yeah, I mean like more. Well, I guess I wasn't thinking of it into
No, it would be more so in terms of your people that were like in power, like your power structure, your royal families. Like your royal families were bloodlines. It's a lot deeper than skin color. Like they were weird, dude. The royals were disgusting, dude. They would sleep with each other's like third, fourth cousin. Just sometimes they would even go as far as to do fucking sister and brother just to keep the fucking goddamn family bloodline as the kings and the queens and shit like that. It's weird, dude. Weird. So it wasn't even just about skin color. It was about the family dynasty. Everybody was peasants. Like you think back to feudalism and like, have you ever studied feudalism or serfdom like before colonialism? What Europe was when the Arabs were pretty much dominating the world. Like they were illiterate, hut living, peasants. Like Europeans were actually very illiterate. They were barbarians. That's what they were called too. Caucasians throughout history were called barbarians. They had no respect outside of the Greeks. There was no respect, or there was nothing but disdain for them by the Romans, Persians, Greeks, Egyptians. Anybody, pretty much everybody. So, like, white people's blood on their hands in the world's in terms of oppressing people is actually very, very small compared to when you talk about countries that are from Africa, like Egypt or Ethiopia or Greece or well, yeah, or well, I would say Rome, ancient history. Like you think history only started when Europe became powerful? No, what I'm saying is there's uh, yeah, there's been so much evil done by every race. Like to act like only white people were like it's called tribalism. First of all, it's not really called It's not even called racism. It's really called tribalism. Like it's how it would be if a group of Europeans would have went into an African tribe in Zimbabwe. They would have got their fucking heads cut off and would have it would have been put on spears on display. Do you know what happens to the first settlers that came to Florida? They got slaughtered and scalped. That's where the term scalping came from. It was, yes, the natives. Like there was people that came here before uh, the conquerors that came here. Well, there was some bad natives, just like there was good natives. Did you know there was natives that were involved in cannibalism? There were like MC just said the Mayans sacrificed. M, MC literally just said that the Mayans sacrificed hundreds of thousands to the gods. Well, no. See, here's what happened. Okay, let me back out real quick. So, if you listen to any of the chiefs and what they'll tell you in their stories, when the white man first showed up, especially in like the early colonial days, like before the plantation owners, governors, and the rich people and started coming over here, like the early pilgrims, like they tried to get along. Everybody for the most part got along. The Native Americans actually thought they were swindling the white man because the way their culture and most of the tribes, not all, but most of the tribes up in that area, the way they didn't view land as something that you could possess. So when the Europeans came and they're like, "Hey, we'll give you all this shit, beads, whatever, all this wool, furs, all this shit for this land," the Indians are like, "Okay, we're swindling you." The issue comes as the more people start coming over and the power structure comes over now, you start forcing the Indians off the land itself. You know what I'm saying? So in the beginning they thought they were the ones swindling the Europeans. If the Europeans didn't come over with guns and force them off the land and put them on concentration camps, it would be a lot different in history. you know, they didn't view land ownership as important. They would have been happy living right alongside of the white man in the land. Which version? The early pilgrims who built small, tiny little forts and got along with the Indians, or the guys that came over with guns and forced the Indians off their land? That's obviously bad. But the Indians themselves, if that never happens, would the way they viewed it is as long as they got to live on the fucking land and everybody got along, they didn't view land ownership as importance. You get what I'm saying? Like we do in Western culture. I don't know if that makes sense to you, Sumo. You're a little bit young, but the way we view land ownership, they could pack up and live anywhere. They post up for 2 weeks here, and then be over 100 miles to the east, somewhere else, in 2 weeks. So they didn't view land ownership as important to their culture or their religion or their philosophy for the most part. So if the Europeans don't aggressively come over here and like slaughter them, then maybe there's no hatred, but that's not the way it turned out. So, you know, yeah, that's tragic. But that's all. But you can't just say Europeans. You can say all country, MC, Rome, Persia, Greece, Egypt. Uh, don't just say Europeans. Every country when they go conquer, they always take over and run the indigenous people out and take over the land and build cities, and they take over the land. That's always happened. Always happened throughout history. We can't just single out because that's the problem we're having with these young people, and that's why we see what's going on in the streets. Is people who only have this 500 year of history in their brain, and they think that the white man is the scourge of the earth. I see it. I see commercials on MTV saying how the world would be a better place without the white man. Like literally see that shit, and hear that at the protests. You know what I'm saying? So that's a dangerous ground. That's kind of dangerous. Well, but it's also dangerous. It's dangerous because it can lead to a race war. Yeah, It would suck without all cultures. It would suck without all cultures. The only reason why we have all these different cultures is people lived all in different places at one time. Like as everybody start fucking everybody will be one race at one point in the world. So people need to chill the hell out with that. Like the only way we're gonna defeat racism is to stop identifying as a race, other than the human race. Other than the human race, you have to defeat the social construct, man. You have to defeat the social construct in your mind. Then you can. Then you can't. You can't be oppressed. Then you don't think there's any oppression, though. That's the thing is you don't think there is any. But ideologically, okay, before the social construct of racism, before what's happened over the last 600 years, it we oh no we had tribalism. We had tribalism in terms of what we would consider third world countries. Like yes, in isolated areas, when tribes they didn't get along with didn't know each other, they'd see each other, they'd fight. But when you go back to Egypt, Jerusalem, Rome, Babylon, all these ancient cultures, they were just as sophisticated, if not more sophisticated, and there was no slavery based on race. If you were a slave, it was because you were a prisoner of war or you owed a debt to somebody. There was no just people being sold on a slave block, slave trade, like how you what you saw in chattel slavery with America and European colonialism. It was a different type of world. There was no race was not even I can't even think of any philosophers or historians that wrote about race or in a degenerative way toward another people. They might have talked about their culture. They might have been like, you know what, Roman culture is better than Egyptian, or Egypt might be like, you know what, our culture is better than Rome. But at the end of the day, if you would go to Egypt, you would see Romans living in Egypt, and they would be married to each other, and they were getting along just fine. You you have you have you had an edge. When you're with no, different races of people living together. Different races of people living together. What you had happen in the 14, 15, 1600s is an educational system that was brought in that started teaching people a philosophy of racism. Okay. Yeah, it's proven. They would teach the white kids and the fucking guy that Sumo, are you stupid? MC, will you please tell this guy that they would take the white kids in the damn school at 5 years old and show them that the fucking black people were the scourge of the earth because they were the cursed seed of Cain, or they were this, or they were like they had so many different. The Indians were this. They used to have a World State Fair where they had people locked in cages, where they would have plaques out describing why these people were lesser than like exactly it was an entire educational system. It was taught in the universities. It was taught like bro, you don't understand. It started in the 14, 15, really started in the 1500s and went all the way to probably it's still going on today. It's still going on today in certain parts of the world. We used to I believe that we all descended from the same region on the same planet. So yeah, I guess it could have been that way. I mean, it depends on. No, I've always felt that Adam in Hebrew, the Hebrew word for Adam means man, and the Hebrew word for Eve means woman. So no, and nobody can say for sure whether or not. Yes, I believe that we came from the same region, the same garden, same area. I don't know. I can't say yes or no. I wasn't there. I have to get in a time machine and go back. Well, because I'll give you an example. The early hold on, no. Fuck most Christians. The early Hebrew scholars, and most of the Hebrew scholars themselves do not believe that it was one man and one woman. So that's the people that's giving you that wrote the literature. So the they believe that God made several humans in the very beginning. That's where you have that creation is a process. Because if you no, they didn't create different. There wasn't different races created. There was different men and different women. No, they weren't. What are you talking about? No, they weren't. Are you serious? The different races are the different skin color is your melanin in your skin. Are you stupid? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, and then all. Hold on. Go study it. Have you never studied the science? Don't even fucking speak on it because the African has the because I've actually studied this, and if you actually speak to any black person, they'll tell you the reason why their hair is that way because they're from Africa, you dumbass. If you actually study their hair, is the reason why it is the way it is. It's for that region. It's actually for that specific region, for the sun. For the sun, white people. Okay, yes. So if you live in this region for if you live in a certain region, your body is going to evolve and develop the tools and traits necessary to for your survival in that region. It's called microevolution, and we have examples of that throughout all of yes, we have examples of that throughout all history. Yes, yes, it's proven in science. It's proven in science. Go read a book. Go read it. MC, will you help me out? MC, will you please help me the fuck out here? This guy is fucking retarded, dude. Yes, exactly. Exactly. And if you trace the blood, you'll see that, okay, this group of white people probably fucked this group of, Middle Eastern people for a while, and now you get red hair. Exactly. So you have that's the point that I'm trying to make is you did have intermingling in between. You have intermingling because you did have some sort of culture and civilization. Rome built fucking highways. Egypt traveled the world. Like some of these people intermingled with each other and maybe brought back some features from another place that changed this bloodline's features. And now you get what I'm saying, MC. Like there's so many aspects. But if you're a white person has sex with an African person back then, and then the African person as the kid goes all the way back into Africa. Now maybe the bone structure changed, but guess what? That those people still live in Africa for all those generations, so they stay with that. They're not going to turn white. They're going to stay. They're going to stay in that darker complexion. Now maybe the bone structure might have changed or something along. You get what I'm saying, MC? There's different types of things, and also, uh, what are you talking about? That's science. You can see it now when you see people mixed. We see when you look at today, you look at let's say example my sister's best friends, they would you would think they were white, but their father is blacker than you can imagine, but they look as white as a ghost. If you look at people, white people in general are getting darker, a little bit darker. Not in terms. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's very it's go just Google it. It's actually proven in science. I'm not gonna argue with you because you can fucking Google this shit. It's well known in science that climate and region play a major part, especially when you're talking about people living somewhere for thousands of fucking years. in one region isolated for thousands of years, not going place across the place. Go fucking read a book. Stop asking me. How about you do the research? You do because you're fucking stupid. You don't do your own research. You want to ask me. You want to ask him. Go do your own fucking research. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Play the goddamn game and go do your own research if you want to learn this shit. Because I'm not gonna really sit here and fucking argue with you when it's proven and proven and well known in science. Proven and well known. You're a fucking scientist, but yet you don't even know this. Are you fucking stupid? You must be. Oh no, because you only believe whatever your ideology believes. You don't actually go read a book that challenges. You don't read a book that challenges whatever you believe. You just rather sit here and pick at me or pick at MC and try to make yourself look smart or whatever the case may be to get your little ego off for the day. But it's not even fun. No, I'm not looking smart because if you just use a Google search, you'll see. Use a Google search. Use a Google search. Pull out your phone. Pull out your phone. I'm not debating with you when you can just pull out your phone and do a Google search. You can pull out your phone. You can pull out your phone. You can pull out your phone and Google. You can use Google.
This is what I take to say. Sounds like saying that black people have different skin and different hair and other features such as muscle.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely different muscle fibers. Do you know they used to have to run from fucking tigers, you stupid dumbass? Of course. You're thousands of years ago. These people are living in the fucking jungles, in the hot ass desert. You don't think their bodies developed over time to survive in the area that they lived? The necessary tools for survival? I thought you believe in nature. Yes, it's proven in science. Yes, the fibers. Think about this. Thousands of years ago, they had to run from fucking tigers and shit in Africa. So yes, they exactly. Over a periodic time, your body develops the tools necessary for survival for the area and the things that you're dealing with. Okay, I have no fucking idea because nobody knows where the first man lived at. I guarantee you he was definitely probably in between maybe a little bit darker than an Asian or an Indian, maybe, but definitely because well, it would have to be, it definitely would have been Middle Eastern, would have been Middle Eastern, would have been definitely Middle Eastern, because that's where the earliest trace of civilization comes from. The earliest trace of civilization comes from Middle East, point blank period. Point blank period. We have no other trace of civilization outside. Everything came. If you actually studied history, you would know that this is well known in history. From every person in any university knows that the world started in the Middle East, somewhere in the middle over here in the Middle East, and then sprang out, and that's how you got everybody. It's well known. It's well known. It's well known. Of course, and you're trying to fucking call somebody else ignorant and stupid when you haven't even done any research on it. Sitting here trying to argue with me and you don't even know what the fuck you're talking about because you ain't even researched it. That's well known. It's well known. You don't even have to. I learned this in school. It's well known. I learned. I learned this in fucking high school, in freshman year of high school, in world history. Are you serious? It wasn't divided. It wasn't divided. Our earliest traces of history come from right here. This one specific spot. Oh, boom. This is where it comes from. This is what they say. They say this is what they say. This is the story that these people left behind, and boom. And it ain't the Bible. It ain't the Bible. It ain't sure hell ain't the Bible. And we're going way back before the Bible was even thought about, even written. It's not gonna happen overnight, you fucking dumbass. Of course not. It's not gonna happen overnight. Your family, it's going to happen. It's going to happen over thousands of years. It's going to happen over generations of being born into this environment. It's It's the genetics, the DNA code. There's coding added in the DNA. Your body develops the DNA code. Plain and simple.
So why is it not changing anymore?
It does change. You see it with cultures mixing. You see it with cultures. If you saw my sister, you would be like, holy shit, she has white people's hair, but she's black.
When they don't mix, it's not changing.
Because most of these people live because yes they. Hey, what are you talking about? Black people are getting lighter. Are you serious? Are you kidding me? What black neighborhood do you live in? What black neighborhood do you live in, buddy? Because most of the black people I know ain't dark skinned. they're very, they're caramel complexion. They ain't dark skinned. They ain't African looking. Sumo, are you serious? What black neighborhood have you? Oh, yeah, that's right. You're from North Carolina. MC, will you please explain to him when you walk through the neighborhood, you don't see 90% people that look like they came from Africa?
How's facial features that change?
Their facial features don't even look like they come from Africa. What are you talking about?
So their facial features change based on the region that they're in.
Where's your science for that? Where's your science for it? Where's your science for it? Because that's not what the science says. That's they don't say that in science. They did. They took a group. Yes, it does. There's data. They're studying the DNA. You can study the DNA.
Look at the evidence.
There's no. Why don't we have different DNA coding?
Look at the
Uh,
proof that you can see.
Why do we not have different DNA coding? Why does the science? The science doesn't back. Hey, buddy, you sound like it's conspiracy theorist because the science doesn't back that up, buddy. The science doesn't say that. The science doesn't. I'm not Christian science. Now you sound more like a Christian scientist now. You sound more like a Christian scientist than a that's what you sound like. That's what you sound like, a Christian scientist. Yes, there are. There's many Christian scientists, you dumbass. Yes, there are. Fucking idiot. Shows how smart you are. There's a lot of Christian scientists, just like there's atheist scientists. They use the same tools, same measurements, everything. One believes one thing, one believes the other. Yep, they exist. But that's what. Yes, they do. They believe. That's what they do. Yes. Okay. Well, apparently they don't because the science doesn't back what you say. It backs what I'm saying. They've done scientific studies and they have data. They have studied the DNA. They took thousands of people. Hey, hey, hey! Go Google this retard. They took thousands of people. They took thousands of people. White people, black people, Mexican people, Asian people. They did a big. It was years ago. They did it in New York City. They took Latino. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. They took Asians. They took they took all this group of people. They took all their blood work. Took all their DNA. And you know what the study said? The study said we all come from one family. We all come from one group of people. And these were atheists. These were atheists who believe we came from monkeys. They don't believe in God. They don't believe in the Bible. They don't believe in any of my stuff. I'm talking about mainstream science. Did a worldwide study and they do them every four every no, the people that you follow. The people you follow that go do the experiments that say the world is 60 the people don't you believe the world's 60 billion years old and the dinosaurs went extinct 60 billion years old? Don't you believe all that shit? Don't you believe in all that bullshit? Don't you believe in you don't believe in the Bible, right?
I don't believe in bullshit.
You don't believe in the Bible, right? You believe in data, right? You believe in what the scientific biological biology data. Oh, now it's not something when it doesn't agree with your theory, it's not
The
fact.
data is fact.
Okay, well the data says that what you and MC are saying is bullshit. And there's no scientific data that why? Because we couldn't find the aliens to ask the aliens. Is that why? Is that why? Is that why? But the scientific. So here's how it works for Sumo and MC. This is how y'all work. And I'm getting off, and I'm getting off, and I'm never having. Shut up. I'm never having. I'm never having another fucking debate with you motherfuckers ever again, cause y'all just proved to me that y'all just proved to me that y'all don't go by data. Y'all don't go by the data and what the science says and what the DNA says and what the data says. Y'all only go by what the fuck your theory says. If the data don't fit your theory, then the data's not facts. They didn't collect the data right when the data doesn't agree with what you believe in. That's bullshit. That's fake science. That's fake science. You're a fake scientist. You're full of shit. You're full of shit. You ain't looking for truth. You only want to satisfy your own theory and what you believe in. You won't sit there and say, "Oh, well, if the science says what I'm saying is just a theory and no." But I'm going to harp into my belief that it is fact. It's fact. Even though there's no data, there's no proof, there's no science. The science contradicts what I say. There's plenty of science that says that we all came from one group of people in this one specific region and everybody spread out across the world. That's not what I believe. That's what the science says. That's what the data says. That's what the data. Why? Because it doesn't go with what you believe. Yes, because it doesn't go. How can you prove that? Prove it. Prove they didn't collect it. Prove it. Prove it. You ain't even researched it. So shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up and go talk to me after you research it. Because you can't sit there and say, "Oh, it's not fact," but I'm not going to research it. I'm not going to research it, though. Because if I research it, it might change my mind. Just like consciousness was. Just like one time, "Oh, I don't believe in consciousness. Consciousness is stupid. I don't believe in it." Now, all of a sudden, today, this dumb motherfucker talking about consciousness is real. Well, I've been arguing with you that for fucking 10 years. And you wanted to call me stupid then. Now, all of a sudden, I'm right. So shut the fuck up with that bullshit. You only want to believe in what you believe in, and I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not gonna go by what the science says. When the science changes, then I'll go with what the science says. But right now, the science says you and MC believe that we being created by aliens is no proof. No proof. There's no proof that we were individually different races popping up all over the place. There's no again, you believe it. You believe it, but you'll crack jokes on me for believing in Jesus being the Son of God, but oh, you you believe in aliens. You believe in aliens that aliens created us. So what's any different than your belief than my belief cuz neither one of our beliefs can be proven. Neither one of our beliefs have been proven or can be proven. So no it hasn't. How's it been disproven? Prove it. It's not religion. Fuck religion. I said the creator of the universe, buddy. That ain't got shit to do with religion. That ain't got Okay, okay. That see, that's my belief. That's my belief, and you believe that there wasn't. You can't prove that there wasn't. I can't prove that there was. No, you can't. 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 Because even Stephen Hawkins and all of the world's greatest scientists say there's an outside casual agent. The science says it. The astronomist says it. The biological scientist says it. The geological scientist says it. Because all of the data says that this is a simulation. This is a simulation. We are living in a simulation. We are living in a. That's what the data says. The data says they're the ones crashing the particles around in the hydrogen colliders, buddy, not you. They're the ones. They're the ones crashing. Uh, but what if they're coming up to the right outcome? See, you got to say if they're wrong, if, 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 because you ain't crashing particles around in a goddamn fucking hydrogen collider, dumb motherfucker. They are. You ain't studying the atom and looking at the atom. They are. You ain't studying the particles. You ain't looked at an atom. You ain't looked at an atom. You ain't broken an atom apart. Shut the fuck up, bitch. You ain't done none of that shit. You ain't done none of that shit. Yeah, you might have studied it, but you ain't did it. You ain't working in a laboratory doing it. You're a fake scientist. You're a chemist. You make pills. Get out of here. You ain't over there in fucking goddamn CERN. You ain't go. I'm gonna listen to what they saying in CERN. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen what the guy that runs CERN says. I'm gonna listen what the white coat that work in CERN says. I'm gonna listen to the motherfuckers that working in laboratories with the trillions of dollars going into to the science. Not what some chemist make a pill says. Okay, I'm gonna listen to them. You can say you're if. Well, I got news for you. They cracked open the hexon, whatever the fuck it's called, 6 years ago. It's called the God particle. They cracked it open 6 years ago. Okay, so I don't care what the hell they did, cause 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 it's not. Who's to say they are not? They're the ones doing the job. You ain't. You just going by what you believe. You going by what you believe. You going by what you believe. You go by what you believe. You only, the science that you only want to accept is what goes by what you believe. You don't go by what the person insert. You don't go by what they say because oh man, that disagrees with what I believe in. Oh hell no, they're probably thinking about it wrong. They're thinking about it wrong. They must have collected the data wrong. No. It disagrees with me, so they had to do it wrong. They had to do it wrong. That's the same argument. That's the same argument you'll make to it. That's the same shit I'm doing to you right now is what you do to a fucking Christian. So fuck off, bitch. How does that feel? Because that's exactly what you doing, motherfucker. That's exactly what you doing. I even researched it, but it's not. I'm gonna say it's fact. I'm right, even though I ain't researched nothing. I ain't did no homework on it. But I'm right. I'm dug my feet in. You like a stubborn ass fucking donkey. Like a stubborn ass donkey. You're a stubborn ass donkey. I don't care what your shit says, cause I've read plenty of books from people that ain't crackpots in a that ain't crackpot 20-year-old fucking write a piece of paper article that 50 people gonna read in a university. Some university article. I'm gonna go by what the fucking smart fucking geniuses fucking say, okay? Not by some 21-year-old liberal who says like, you know what? I'm gonna write a crazy idea theory just to fucking get 50 people to believe in this crazy theory that has no factual evidence behind it. Just like your reincarnation shit. That's what they do. They take some 20-year-old fucking college kid, writes a piece of paper, and all of a sudden everybody in the world thinks this is true because some 20-year-old motherfucker. No, fuck out of here.